What's going on, guys? JPB2 here. Hope you guys are enjoying your Monday. And for today's gameplay, we have Adventure Springs versus another Runic matchup. And once again, my opponent is playing Runic going first. Now, once again, in this game, I did start with the Harpy's Feather Duster in my hand, but as always, I have told you guys, you cannot just activate Harpy's Feather Duster on the Runic players because they will go into Hugin to protect their back row. So let's start with the gameplay. This guy is even playing Floodgates, okay? It's not enough to be playing Runicks, and if you play Floodgates on top of Runicks, which most Runic players do nowadays, it's just toxic. Alright? It is just toxic. So he goes into Hugin. This is just to get the spell cycles off so that he could activate the fountain to recycle two separate cards instead of one card. So my opponent ends his turn with a Hugin to protect his back row, a Dimensional Fissure, which basically says any monster sent to the graveyard is banished instead. That means Prank Kids cannot do their combo, because Prank Kids need to go to the graveyard to be able to activate to get the specials on the field. If they're straight up banished, they don't activate anymore. And usually, the Runic players will never set down a card if they have Fountain on the field unless they have a card of Demise in their hand. So this lets me know this might be another Floodgate incoming in my face, right? So let's start our turn. Draw phase, I draw into my Flag. Now Flag is actually one of the best draws against the Runic players. Like the Nemesis cards are one of the best draws against Runic guys, because these guys constantly banish out your cards, and if they banish out your monsters, you basically get free specials on the field. So let's start with our gameplay. First and foremost, we go for the adventure combo part. I was gonna search for the Enchantress and then pitch out maybe a Pandemonium from my hand to the graveyard, so that way I could get the Enchantress special on the field and go my whole adventure, my Draco back to bounce out the Dimensional Fissure to maybe, hopefully, get my Prank Kids combo rolling. But as you guys know, these guys always have the cards in their hand that they require, so Destruction, straight up. No adventure combo for me. Destruction kills off my Faithful Adventure and it's gone. So that's one card baited out. Now again, I was praying, okay? I was praying that this guy banishes two of my monsters so I could get two specials on the field straight away and card search lock him. Unfortunately, only one monster got banished, which was the Maxi, and Instant Fusion getting banished is a pretty huge deal because that's the one card that allows you to OTK your opponent instantly or go into your totally awesome combo or make a comeback after your Miyamu is out of the play. So pretty big hurt, but let's see what we can make happen. This guy's down to two cards now, right? Two cards in his hand, but he still has the Fountain Recycle. So first order of business is to use the Flag to recycle out the Miyamu to special itself. Use Flag to search for our corridor. Then I normal out my Dropsies, go off into my Miyamu. Now this is not a misplay, okay? I know Dimensional Fissure is on the field. I needed that banish so I could get the special of corridor on the field by recycling out my Dropsies. Once again, Miyamu being at 1 does inherently make this a bad play, but we need to do this play in order to get more monsters and damage on the field. Again, I'm just trying to bait out my opponent's cards, so that way I want him to cycle out the cards so that when I activate Harpy's Feather Duster, he will not be able to go into Hugin to protect his back row. That's the whole thing I'm aiming for, and that's exactly what I'm going to do right now. So with that, we're going to use the corridor, recycle out the Dropsies into our Colossus. Colossus comes in the field, I go into battle phase, start whacking the opponent's card. Hugin gets destroyed, activates, just gets recycled. We whack him for 1.1, and I don't know why he didn't activate this before. It's the Grave of the Super Ancient Organism, which basically says a level 6 or higher monster cannot declare attacks. He activates this card on the attack sequence of my Colossus. Now, once this card resolves, the attack registered prior to this card's activation still go through anyways. So pretty bad move. Don't know what this guy was thinking. So my constant attack still goes through. With that, at this point I'm thinking maybe, just maybe, he does not have other runic cards in his hand, or he's maybe bricked out on Amano Ibado, or maybe some floodgates that he's running he's bricked out on. So I go for the Harpy's Feather Duster play right now. But unfortunately, he did have another runic card in his hand, which was the Freezing Curses. So Freezing Curses puts the Hugin on the field, which prevents the destruction of his back row. Unfortunate, but we deal with it anyways. Now he activates Fountains, recycles the 2 cards, and I have to end my turn after setting down my Anti-Spell Fragments. But guys, okay, in this specific situation, you have to know, you have to understand, if this guy has a Runic Destruction in his hand off of the recycle into draw, this Anti-Spell Fragrance is not going to resolve. So we have to hope that this guy does not have the Runic Destruction or does not draw into it for our Anti-Spell to resolve and just kill him next turn itself. That's the only hope we have. Now, I'm not going to set down my Pandemonium because, again, you could set down your Pandemonium because Pandemonium at this point is a useless card. So you could set it down and have a 50-50 split. If he has like a Destruction and he wants to activate Destruction, maybe he hesitates and pops the back row of the Panday over Anti-Spell, which would be pretty bad. But you guys can hope. There are bad players that do that. But I did not do that. With that, towards the end of my turn, he activates the Flashing Fire to pop my Meowmoo. Meowmoo getting banished, pretty huge deal. And at this point, he banishes out my 2 Dropsies. Okay, whatever. With that, draw phase, he draws a card. We instantly activate the Anti-Spell Fragrance, and it actually resolves. I was pretty surprised about this Anti-Spell resolving, but it resolved. Basically means I get a free 1 full turn. The opponent cannot activate any spell cards, and I could potentially kill him this turn as long as I draw into a monster, okay? Aside from Maxi, Ash Blossom, and Fansies, any monster I draw into my Prank Kid's name, I win the game. It's pretty straightforward. So let's see how it goes. Turn change on my draw phase, I actually ended up drawing into Roxy's. But again, if this guy is playing cards like Imperm, I don't know, could be playing Floodgates, right? So I did still have the Nemesis Flag Search. I played 2 copies of Corridor, okay? One of my Corridor is banished. I still have another Corridor in my deck, and even if I did not draw into a monster, if I just activated Flag to search for my Corridor, I normal lock Corridor, that was enough for lethal. But once again, skill drain is a thing, right? And these guys do play skill drain. But unexpectedly, he was not playing it. And once I did the search, he knows it's game over, so he scoops out the game. That's going to be it for today's gameplay, guys. If you guys do enjoy this kind of videos, please consider hitting the like button, subbing to my channel for more daily Prank Kid video uploads. And if you guys are interested in the live version of all of this, I do live stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/jpbtool. Link along with my schedule and a link to my Discord will be in the video description itself for you guys to check out. This is JPBtool signing off for today. I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace!